Good morning, sunshine.
Morning.
How was physical therapy?
It was good. What's King got for lunch?
Were you therapied?
Bro, want to eat Ken's pretzels?
Kind of.
Don't tell Ken.
Welcome back to Hoksey Native Seeds. I'm Nicholas. This morning, it's actually almost noon, we will be doing the very last planting of the spring 2022 season. We're coming up to July 1st, which is when everything needs to be in by for the FSA. And we actually planted this 10 years ago, and we didn't, at the time, there weren't the same requirements for seeding. So the field looks pretty good, and it's got some great seed in it left, but we have to add some more forbs and some more grasses for this farmer to continue to get their CRP payments.
Ben and I are out here this beautiful morning, digging up more big blue in our SOG field. And it was kind of, I don't know, Ben, would you say it was depressing when we pulled up, or was it somewhat satisfying to see that we got most of the big blue last time, but we still had some we missed?
Well, I mean, shoot, 90% is still an A on its head. So.
We're gonna keep digging. Nick's gonna keep planting. And I think at some point today, Carol's even gonna be doing some harvesting. So we got a full day ahead. Big blue, you're beautiful, but gotta go.
I have never driven the Agco before. We just bought it last year, and it's got a little bit different controls. So we'll see how it goes. This is really nice. All the levers and the buttons and everything's real intuitive. I think Dad's holding out on me. I think he's been saving this for himself. I don't blame him. This is a pretty cool place you got out here, Willis. I don't know if you guys can tell, but some deer have made their bed here. Seems like quite a few of them have. So that was a washout, which I get why deer were hanging out there now.
All right, going to pick up Ben. Move on to the next area here. A little bumpy. You ever do that when you're a kid? Driving down the road. I should do that all the time. Ben, you look like you were made for this, man.
I was made for this.
I think it's truth.
Welcome back to Cooking with Peyton. Today we're making the Hoksey Special, which is a nice big old scoop of switchgrass. That's real good. And then we have just a little bit of big blue stem. Put that right in there. Followed by just a pinch of Indian grass, followed by a slightly bigger scoop of Indian grass. Now you may say, hey, this needs mixed. Well, you're right.
Hey, look at that. Butterfly milkweed. Truly one of our favorites. I'm also seeing a lot of purple prairie clover, pale purple coneflower, purple coneflower, black-eyed Susan, rattlesnake master, a little bit of western yarrow. Look at that color. We have a little bit of shade over here, which means we have a lot of deer laying down in here. All right, it took me like 20 minutes to go all the way around the field. Quite a large field. Not listening to any music because I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing first in this tractor. And I have hit a couple of the biggest washouts I have ever seen. They were monstrous.
All right, I'm going to chase down Carol. We're gonna start harvesting some Bicknell's sedge. Here's our setup that we're gonna use to harvest today. This is Nick's favorite tractor, the Kubota. Here's the harvester. Pretty cool. All right, we got the combine hooked up here. It's actually my first day helping out with a harvest, which is really exciting. pretty cool working with this old equipment. Probably a lot of this stuff sitting around that's still really good to use that has just sat around and not been used for sake of bigger and newer. Earlier today, Ben and I found a pretty freshly dug hole in this road that we had to fill in. It's a good thing. I didn't realize we were going to be hauling the combine down here today. Could have been a bad deal on the axle for that if we had a tire drop in that hole. All right, we're pulling into the field.
Man, Dad, you need a new seat. This thing is giving me a wedgie. It is terrible. All right, guys, I got about 10 acres left, which is about an hour and a half-ish. And I just loaded up my last bit of seed, so we are perfectly on schedule. The seeder is working great. 10 acres from being done with the last bit of seed for the last job for the season of 2022 spring summer planting season. It's kind of exciting, it's kind of relieving. I like being in the tractor, but we've been in it a lot. So I don't know if you saw the Tama project, but it was a lot of hours in the tractor. So.
All right, I'm heading back to the shop to grab some duct tape, also a taller tub. I noticed when I was riding on the combine that we were losing some good seed to the wind. The gap between the spout where the seed comes out and enters the tub where we got our bag in it, where we bag the seed. The wind seems to be catching some of the good seed and blowing it out before it goes into the tub. Not a lot, but enough to where, you know, you could be losing some of your profit off the field. So I'm heading back to the shop right now to hopefully get the stuff we need to fix that problem. All right, so we got the tape, big barrel, one that's got a little bit more of a lip to it. It's a little bit taller than the other one sitting in the bin on the combine. Hopefully the combination between using that and then bringing the bag up over the spout, going into that bin, will take care of our problem of the wind blowing some of our good seed out of the back of the combine before it makes it into the bag. I'm in the tractor now. Carol handed the reins over to me. It's actually a lot of fun harvesting. You know, you go pretty slow. You don't want to haul up the combine. Keep the PTO at a very specific rate so that we don't rattle our combine to pieces. And you just follow the heads of grain that Carol taught me how to do. And just kind of go low and slow, straight line, turn around when you get to the end and come back the other way. Putting up our last windrow here, about another 40 yards left of harvesting this field of Bicknell's sedge. So much fun learning a new skill, getting to drive Nick's tractor today. Nick, your tractor is so much nicer than the one I was using, but I like my old tractor. I like how it had no doors. Just takes a lot to keep a farm like Hoksey going and make more prairie. All right, finishing up for the night. Here's one of our bags of seed. Already got that one down. Carol hauled back a couple more. Earlier, this is that spout I was talking about. What was happening was the wind was kind of blowing seed out this way. We had a little bit shorter tub. What we did is we pulled the bag up over the spout here and actually used a little bit of good old duct tape to cinch the bag off right here.